am Nur Alisha. This will be my scrapbook. We are going to act out the whole scrapbook.
I am Robot Boy. I am going to help Alisha act. Hi Alisha. I just learned a new story from the Moon Power.
Oh really? Please tell me what you learned.
Oh yeah sure. Abraha al-Ashram was the governor of Yemen on behalf of the king of Ethiopia. He, Abraha, thought to build a house like the Kaaba at Mecca in Sana'a, the capital of Yemen, and call the Arabs to perform the pilgrimage there in Sana'a instead of the Kaaba in Mecca, with the intention of diverting the trade and benefits from Mecca to Yemen. He presented his idea to the king of Ethiopia, who agreed to it. So the church was built and he named it Al-Clay. There was no church of its like at that time. Then a man from the Quraysh tribe of Mecca came there and was infuriated by it, so he relieved his nature, stools and urine in it, soiled its walls and went away. When Abraha al-Ashram saw that, he could not control his anger and raised an army to invade Mecca and demolish the Kaaba. He had in that army 13 elephants, and amongst them was an elephant called Mahmud, which was the biggest of them. So that army proceeded, and none amongst the Arab tribes that faced them fought against them, but was killed and defeated till it approached near Mecca. Then there took place negotiations between Abraha al-Ashram and the chief of Mecca, Abdul Muttalib bin Hashim, the grandfather of the Prophet, and it was concluded that Abraha would restore the camels of Abdul Muttalib which he had taken away, and then he, Abraha, would decide himself as regards the Kaaba. Abdul Muttalib ordered the men of Mecca to evacuate the city and go to the top of the mountains along with their wives and children in case some harm should come to them from the invading oppressors. Then that army moved towards Mecca till they reached Valley Muhassir. While the army was marching towards Mecca, in the middle of the valley, suddenly it was overtaken by flocks of birds, flocks after flocks, air-raiding that army with small stones slightly bigger than a lentil seed. There never fell a stone on a soldier except it dissolved his flesh and burst it into pieces. So they perished with a total destruction. Abraha al-Ashram fled away while his flesh was bursting into pieces till he died on the way back to Yemen. Such was the victory bestowed by Allah, the All-Majestic, All-Powerful, to the people of Mecca, and such was the protection provided by him for his house, Kaaba in Mecca.
Wow. Now it is my turn to tell you some things. The Prophet, would always do deeds to which he would seek the pleasure of God. He was harmed and abused when he invited and called people to Islam. Yet he was patient and endured all of this, and hoped for the reward of God. Abdullah b. Masud said, the Prophet, resembled a prophet who was harmed by his people. He wiped the blood from his face and said, O God, forgive my people, for they know not. Bukhari number 3290, Jundub b. Sufyan said that the messenger's finger bled during one of the battles, and he said, You are but a finger which is bled, which suffers in the path of God. Bukhari number 2648. Back to the list 3. Sincerity. The Prophet, was sincere and honest in all his matters, as God had ordered him. Allah, the Exalted, says, Say, indeed, my prayer, my rites of sacrifice, my living and my dying are for God, Lord of the worlds. No partner has he. And this I have been commanded, and I am the first among you of the Muslims. 162-163. He was such a good person, and that is why everyone needs to start spreading Islam. Those who watch this, thank you for your time, and please spread Islam. Thank you, Robot Boy.
It is my pleasure, and do remember to spread Islam.